Well, it seems we have a little bit of confusion on what it means to be masculine, what it means to be feminine. And okay, so this is what happened today. So I saw this man and we were speaking about cars, trucks. He's got a 1940s, can't remember the name of it. It's like almost a one of a kind. And we were speaking about this car, not the truck, another car. And he said something along the lines of, don't get too caught up on the looks. Don't get too caught up on the looks. Because Hondas will last forever. And I told him that many, many years ago, I learned that to not get caught up on the looks, whether that's in vehicles or relationships. Because you can look at, so I bought this GMC Duramax. It's a diesel, 2500. It would haul my huge trailer. And I loved the look of it, the feel. It was all leather, had the sunroof. It had a nice system. It felt good to be in. That truck lasted me a few years before the head gasket started going, before major things needed being replaced on it. I spent $32,000 to buy that truck, and I ended up selling it for $10,000. And that was maybe 3 years later. I'm Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to bring courage and inspire you on yours. And the last video I did seemed to bring up some controversy within people. And calling me a man and telling me that no wonder I'm single and that how could a man be attracted to a strong, independent woman? Now, I did that video based off of a man who was judging women to their face, even though he had never walked a mile in their shoes. He was stating how strong, independent women are not attractive. He was stating how... Now, okay, this is where it gets sticky. So the fact that he is boxing all strong, independent women into a feminist box where they chose the bear over the man in the forest, where they call themselves boss bitches or whatever it is, the term that they use now, that is where my frustrations are. I've been strong and independent almost my whole life. And the attraction that many have to my energy, it doesn't push them away unless they're intimidated due to the fact that they haven't healed. And I'm a shadow worker, so I show them sides of them that they aren't quite ready to heal yet. So there is an intimidation there. It's not because of who I am or how I treat people. And so with all of the confusion, which is also in the school system right now, teaching boys that they can be girls, teaching girls they can be boys, everything is based off of appearance. This is what Hollywood did to us. And this is where there's such division right now. I can haul a truck and trailer and back it up better than a lot of men. And I get comments about it all the time, about people, how impressed they are. The guys at the campground we just lived at, both of them, they saw, and it was a motorcycle trailer. Like you could put 3 dirt bikes on it or 2 motorcycles. First try, I literally wheeled it around, backed it up down the laneway. Both of them came right over on the golf carts. And they had to tell me how impressed they were. Does that make me masculine? Because I can back up a trailer? What time do we got here? Okay. Does that make me masculine? That's a masculine energy. Getting stuff done, being focused on accomplishing tasks, that's a masculine energy. I'm still a woman. And all of the men I've dated, I would say to them, I would say, I feel more in a masculine energy at times. And they would say to me, you are extremely feminine. And so there are very confused men right now who are losing themselves by dressing up as in female clothing. And I went to a resort last year, and my son and I had just came out of the pool, and we were just going into the change room, and there's a couple change rooms, and there's also a huge change room that has a big curtain. So the curtain opens, and out steps this man dressed as a woman in the woman's change room. I accept people as they are. Whatever you want to choose for yourself, that's up to you. I feel for the confusion that brings you to those decisions and those lessons that you choose that you need to go through. I still looked at that man to say hi, and anybody I see in the change room, hey, how are you? And this man holding up the towel, hiding his lack of chest or whatever he was using in that space, long hair, you know, super, super uncomfortable in his own skin, with the towel up, hiding himself, head down, and like scurried right out of the change room to go into the pool. If you're telling me that you were born with a penis and your XY chromosomes, now you're going to identify as a woman, yet you are lacking confidence, you're lacking authenticity, then speak to somebody. The issue is the reactions that I just got on my previous video, where no wonder people are afraid to speak to anybody. It's nuts. And everything is based on attraction and a visual. It's even in the grocery stores. You wouldn't even know if you had organic food or not, because the stuff that looks good goes in the organic bin. It doesn't even mean that it's organic. Oranges are supposed to be green. They've conditioned us so much on physical appearance. I chop my own wood. I used to lift 160-pound boxes of siding up from the front of the property to the back when I did vinyl siding installation. I've worked new home construction. I've worked property management and renovations for 20 years. I'm strong. I'm fit. The majority of my physical activity lately is packing and unpacking my house, because to try and find anywhere that's safe for a single woman with her son is, I swear, it's near impossible. So then I step into protective masculine energy, where I'm protecting myself and my child from all of the stalking and the harassing that I've been through for the past however many years. And yet I still take the time for self-care. And the creativity, that's feminine. Creativity and attracting. Feminine, being feminine, is not getting up in a dress and high heels and makeup and going out to attract the wrong type of partner. And this is where so many people get it wrong. I learned at a young age that if everyone saw me for my body, they'd never see what was inside. They would never be able to hear how my mind works. They would be so stuck on the visual of my sexiness and we would lose our connection. Connection, okay, the devil put so many attachments on connection, and this is to cause us division so that our connections lack and our connections can't grow. And the hugest attachment that the devil placed on connection is sexuality. I don't date. Do you know why? Because I get to know people and they get to know me. And when I'm dating somebody in a romantic partnership, how I dress for them is completely different than how I dress for the public. I was dating this musician. We had a past life connection. Like, both of us knew it. And I was dating him and he took me out for supper. And he was like in awe. And he kept looking at me and he looked around. He's like, "Do you realize you are the most beautiful woman in this entire restaurant right now?" And when he had the opportunity to see me in that light, that is what makes it worth it. I don't dress up to go for groceries. If I dress up, it's because I want to for me, or because I have a partner that I want to do these things for. And until a man is strong enough to have healed his traumas to step in with a woman who has healed hers, to come together in that union, which benefits each other through reciprocal, the law of reciprocity, where it's equal give, equal receive. Nobody's taking from the other. I've been single for over 3.5 years. I refuse to be your version of feminine. And when someone wants to call a strong and independent woman masculine or unattractive, before you've ever walked a mile in my shoes, there are reasons why I ebb and flow. I'm not fully feminine. I've experienced what it means to be masculine energy. I know exactly what to do to be in my feminine energy as well. And I ebb and flow, and whatever that means that I need to be in that moment, that is who I am. I'm in balance in myself, and I no longer seek external validation. And when that whole thing came up about a woman, the Me Too movement or whatever started it, would a woman choose to go into a forest with a bear or a man? I chose the man. Even though I've been raped, technically 4 different occasions, all by men that I trusted, I would still choose the man. Because I know that I can connect with him on the level that he's at. I can hear his pain. I can hear his conviction. I can hear his vulnerability. And I'd still feel safe. I chose the man. Even though I've been so extremely bruised and battered by men. So when you're talking about someone that you have no idea what they've been through, why don't you start to see a little bit of yourself in them? Why don't you start to connect with where they're at, rather than putting your judgment on where you believe they should be at? This is why the society has been so far gone forever. This inverted, perverted society. But guess what? The script is flipped. And divine law has returned. Nature's law has returned. And everything that's been inverted for so long is flipped. That's why they're struggling so hard, because they're so afraid. So find the love in your heart for each and everyone around you, even those who have done you wrong. Drop the fear. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid of a strong and independent woman? She would take better care of you than those women who sit out there with no voice, tucked away in the corner, ready to do any single thing at your beck and call. Or would you rather have a woman who has a voice, who has the creativity and the ideas, who will lift you up to the most powerful version of yourself? You get to choose. Bliss to each and every one of you.